I am live on Facebook. Hey, everybody. This is new. This is the first time I've gone live. Oops. Obviously, I'm live. That was really my phone. Sorry. So I am Stephanie Charbonneau with Travel Creates Memories by Dream Vacations. I help people plan the most amazing vacations for themselves, and I'm always there to support them and hold their hand in any situation that they might need. I tell people all the time, your vacation personal assistant. So recently, me and a colleague hosted a small group to the Majestic Elegance in Costa Mujeres, which is just north of Cancun in Mexico. When I say a small group, it was just 15 of us, so it wasn't like a huge group, but it was still, we had a great time. I highly recommend traveling as a group. You develop bonds and friendships that you don't hear at home because you don't have any responsibilities while you're on vacation. Everybody else is taking care of you. So we had a great time, met some great people, loved them. Tracy and I had a great time doing it. Tracy is my colleague, if you're wondering. I'm going to try to keep this brief and short because I know people's time is precious. And I know y'all don't want to see me. You want to see pictures of the resort. So I'm going to share my screen. Give me just a second and show y'all what we saw. We had a great time. I'm going to go ahead and let you know that planes are still requiring a face mask. So be prepared for that. They are still not offering food and beverage service, so be prepared for that. And also there's still a lot of places shut down in the airport, so plan your eating around that. All right, hopefully y'all can see my screen because I can't tell for sure. I hope I'm doing this right. This is my first time going live this way. Okay, so this is an overview of Costa Mujeres, Majestic Elegance Costa Mujeres. This is the main pool. You can see the bar right there with the tent-like structure. And then up in the top left, you can see the Sky Lounge. And then you can kind of see the structure that I'm going to show you later where people can get married. All right, this is a picture of our room. We can't remember for sure what our actual room category is, but you can see that the remote control is sealed so that, nobody has touched it. It's clean. And then you can see the bathroom is behind the headboard. So that messed with my equilibrium a little bit until I got used to it. Then there was a sitting area, and you can see there's some robes right there on the bench at the end of the bed. And then there was a little table area where you could have your room service. They had room service complimentary. And then there was a desk area over to the right. And then through that window, what is kind of cool is you can see there's a chase lounge type looking thing. It's a couch basically. And on the other side of it is a hot tub. And there's sorry, you can see my mess. You can see they still have coffee pots in the room. They still have coffee mugs. Those coffee mugs are complimentary. You get to take those home. They will restock everything daily for you if you want them to. If you're a little nervous, then just request for them not to do it. This was our bathroom, soaking tub, and you can see it's got little slots for wine glasses to be held. And it's set up for 2 wine glasses, so you and your significant other can take a bubble bath together if you want to. And you do have a butler. We stayed on the Elegance Club side, so you can request that your butler draw a tub for you if you would like. And then you can see looking over into our room area. You can see it has his and her vanities, or his and his vanities, or hers and hers vanities, whatever significant other vanities. How about that? There's the shower. It has the rain shower head. The one thing I don't like about the rain shower head is there's no water pressure. So you kind of had to run around in it to get clean, but that's okay. It's still kind of cool. There's that hot tub I was talking about. You can see they've got the little lounge area that you can sit on, and you've got some privacy wood panels on the left. So you're not revealing yourself to everybody. You have some privacy. And it's a 2-person hot tub. You can see that because there's 2 different ways. Then you had a little sitting area where you could overlook. We were above the swim up rooms, so you can see off to the right hand side. You can see there's some chase lounges out there for couples, and you can see, I don't know if y'all can see it real good, but they had a purple strap going across the pillow parts to indicate that those had not been used. And you can see one towards the back that's got the cover coming down, and I think somebody may actually be sitting in that one. So you can see it has been used. There's another view, so you can see kind of the size of the balcony. It was a good sized balcony. We enjoyed it. I will say that when the air conditioning does not work if you have the door open. So just keep that in mind. That was our view. You can see we had a view of the swim up pools, and you can get an idea for kind of the layout of everything. You can see the chairs down there in the water. That those were common pools, just so you know. So everybody could use those pools. If you had a swim out room, then you just walked into the pool. But those pools down there were open to everybody. And that little structure in the middle, that was a bar. So, and then that little round structure next to the bar is a quote unquote hot tub. It's not really a hot tub, but it gives you that hot tub feel. And then you can see the beach in the distance. Over, if you look to the top of the left, those rooms are your plunge pool rooms. So those are spectacular. I really wanted to see one of those, but I did not get the opportunity. But talk about a view, you're on the top of the building. And the way those rooms work is you can see below, they have a bedroom down there, and then you go upstairs to get to your plunge pool. So you can sun up there and you have your own pool. So talk about privacy, that is the place for privacy. This was one of my favorite restaurants where we ate. My husband loves breakfast, so we ate breakfast there every morning, I think. But it is sit down. It's not buffet style. It's sit down. It's a la carte. So you sit down and you're waited on. It was a great way to start your day. It was pretty shady in the morning. In the back half of there, the sun rises in the front of it. So it was pretty sunny in the front half of there. But I love the sun, so that was no big deal. But after day one, and I realized the heat factor, we requested to be in the shade every time. But this is they have a lot of water at this resort. I love water, so that was great for me. So you can see the water in front of the restaurant, and then they would run fountains also. Oh, let's talk food. Who doesn't love food? So I am gluten-free, and they did a fantastic job of sending out their chefs to talk to me and learn about my food allergies and that kind of stuff. And then they brought me out some special pastries because my husband had the bread basket. This was for breakfast. He had the bread basket, and I couldn't eat anything in the bread basket. So they brought me out some gluten-free pastries. The one that's cut in half was like a cinnamon roll with a custard in the middle of it, and then one to the right was like a snickerdoodle cookie is the best way I can describe it. But those were fantastic. My bread was better than his bread, he said, so I didn't get to try it. And then we would go there for lunch as well. This is still at the Italian restaurant that I just showed you, and this is exclusive to Elegance Club members who are staying on the Elegance Club side. So if you're staying on the family side, you will not have access to this restaurant. But anyhow, this was lunch one day. That's a caprese salad with a gluten-free crostini, and another view of the same salad. Doesn't that make you hungry? I'm hungry. And then Tracy, my colleague, was with me. That was her pizza. I could have like put my whole face in there. That looks so delicious. And then my other favorite restaurant was the Mexican restaurant, and y'all was not very good about taking pictures of food. It was like I would take 12 bites out of them and go, I should have taken a picture. So sorry about that. But this is, I believe it's shrimp tacos and a Caesar salad. So they did a really good job with the Mexican food. You can see how big those shrimp are. They look like lobster. There is a piece of a lobster over there too. And actually, y'all, I got to say their wine was good. I cannot complain. And then one of the things that I always look at when I go to an all-inclusive resort is what kind of alcohol do you have? Because I've been to some and they have alcohol that I call gut rot alcohol. And if you're from the South, you know what that is. If you're not from the South, you're probably like, Stephanie, what is that? That is the cheapest of the cheap of cheap liquor you can get. So you're not going to have, like here in the US, I would call gut rot vodka, Popov vodka, to give you an example. So they don't have Popov because it's Mexico. So it's whatever the cheapest vodka they have in Mexico would be what I call gut rot alcohol. And there are some resorts that's all they have is just that low end alcohol. And that's just not good for our American GI systems. Our bodies don't know how to handle that. So I took a picture, a quick snapshot, just to show you the quality of liquor that they have here. I'm seeing Cointreau, Grand Marnier, Frangelica. As far as vodkas, I'm seeing, oh shucks, Grey Goose, Bombay Sapphire, Tanqueray gin. So, I mean, you've got a good quality of liquor here. J&B Scotch, Chivas. I mean, if you're a liquor drinker, look, they've even got Johnny Walker Black if you're a Scotch drinker. So, I mean, they had good quality alcohol that you did not have to pay extra for. And so that's something that a lot of people look for. If you're not a drinker, then you don't care, no big deal. All right, this is the spa. They had the chase lounges that were heated, and then you could get into this pool. It's kind of hard to tell. I've got to get better at my photography skills. But you could get into that pool while you relaxed, and you can see you could put your back under that fountain. And I don't know if y'all can see me, but I'm talking with my hands. And then this, they had a really, really unique spa. It was really unique. I'm going to show you some pictures in a minute so you can see why I think that. But if you looked up, it was open sky right there. And then you had another plunge pool that you could utilize. There's another view of that. You could get under that fountain, get yourself a little massage with the water if you wanted to. And this is the part that I thought was so unique. This is, you could get a massage in this area, or just relax in this area, get in the pool in this area. But if you look straight up, and I'm going to show you in a minute, it's like a cenote, which is Mexico's kind of known for their cenotes. So it would be open sky, and that's what it was like. It was super cool. Granted, it's man-made, but still super cool. Okay, then we decided to go on a tour. Y'all, look at that water. I tell people all the time, it's the most beautiful water you've ever seen. And I can describe it all day long, but until you see it, isn't it gorgeous? And I got to say that everybody did a fantastic job with cleanliness, hygiene, sanitization. They were monitoring our temperatures as we came in and out of the resort. They were monitoring our temperatures at the airport. When we went on this excursion, they actually sanitized us before we got on the boat. And the guy was like, no, it's not toxic, it's okay. But they literally sprayed us down with some kind of something. This was us leaving the marina where we went for lunch and to hang out. This was to Costa Mujeres is where we went. We went on a trimaran excursion. We had a great time. But as we were leaving, I took a picture of this house. I was like, I want to be there. I need to find out this house and host a group to where we can all stay at that house. All right. So one day, Tracy and I went on a tour of the property to look at the group facilities they had. So this is some of their group facilities. So if you wanted a destination wedding, or if you wanted any kind of group, a work thing, a work function, whatever you have going on. But this is the group part that I'm going to talk to you about right now. This is their ballroom, and they had just had a wedding the night before, so it's a little messy. So I had to give them a little bit of grace, but you can see there's plenty of space in there. It's a beautiful facility. They have a bar, lots of things going on. And then outside of this ballroom, they have a terrace with a great view, and the sunsets there are just amazing. So, and it's open air out there with fans, but it was just gorgeous. And then another area that you could go to is the piano bar area. They host a lot of events in this area, and you can see why. There's plenty of seating. And then in a minute, there's the piano. And then this was their outdoor patio. So you go out the door from the piano bar and boom, you're right here. What a great location. I mean, it's fantastic. And open air, naturally social distancing, right? So that was that area. And then they had these cute little chairs over off to the side with little tables, and they put glass tops on those tables for when it's being used. So it was super cute. So then we moved on to the Sky Lounge area. This is the Sky Lounge that you're seeing. In the back where that tent is, they were setting up food for lunch. And then you can see the stairs over to the left. I'm going to show you where those stairs take you in just a minute. This ended up being my favorite place to hang out because you had kind of a shaded area over close to the bar. Then you had some chase lounges, and then there's an infinity pool right there in front of it. I didn't take a picture of that. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, so this is the area that those stairs lead up to. They do a lot of weddings right here. I mean, and they can decorate that arch for you, and they can do all kinds of stuff. So it's super cute. You can see beautiful view from up there, and there's plenty of room, lots of open air spaces. The beach is massive. They have a large beach, so you're going to have to be in shape to march down all the way down there because, I mean, it's sand, so it's hard to walk in sand. So just a few more views of the little wedding area. And you can see, don't you want to go down there to that bottom right area and sit in those palapas? They're not palapas, I'm sorry. I'm not real sure what you call those chairs. But if you were to have a wedding or a group up there at that arch, you could also utilize this area right here. It's right next to it where you can have seating, lounging. They can set up a bar for you. There's all kinds of things you can do. That door right there, I believe, is a club lounge. So at the end of every building, if you're in the club level side, they have a lounge where you can get soft drinks, waters, snacks, and it's open pretty much most of the time. I think they were open from like 7 a.m. to about 6 p.m. They had an espresso machine in there. So if you're a coffee drinker, you would love that. Okay, so here's some more area for where you could, that's where you could have more. I can't talk today. This is the problem with going live. You would have more space, and that's a bar back there. That little thatched hut is a bar, and over to the right, that's a restaurant. So there's plenty of room for meetings. If you have large meetings, if you need a wedding. Okay, here's the setup for the arch, just to give you an idea of what it might possibly look like for a wedding. This is the lobby bar. This is where we hung out a lot, and this was kind of our meeting point. People enjoyed this space. It's enclosed, it's air conditioned. The service there is top notch. And I got to tell you, I learned if you give, and I tested this theory because I've read so much about tip and you'll get better service, tip and you'll get better service. And I'm like, well, I'm at an all inclusive, so I shouldn't have to tip. But I did go with like $51 bills this time, and we just tipped here and there, here and there. And you didn't have to tip them every time, just tip them here and there, and they take super good care of you. Your drink never runs out if you're tipping. I'm just saying. And you can see, I don't know if you can really tell, but I can see like there's Don Julio tequila there. There's high-end liquor there as well. Oh, that's the end of that. Okay, so let me get back to Zoom, y'all. I'm sorry, this is my first time doing this. And there's no way to tell if there's any questions, but if there is, let me know and I'll get back to you. Go ahead, and post them wherever. Email me. Are you ready to plan a group? Do you want to go with somebody? Do you want a destination wedding? You don't want to do it by yourself these days. It's gotten crazy. So give us a call. My number is 205-393-1236, or you can go to travelcreatesmemories.com and reach me there. Thanks for watching. See y'all next week. I'm going to be talking about Planet Hollywood. We did go do, Tracy and I went and did a resort tour over there. I didn't get to enjoy everything there, but I do have some pictures and I can tell you a little bit about it. So stay tuned. I'll be back next week. Thanks. Y'all have a good weekend.